Do you guys know what your bone looks like? It's like this. So this is actually what your bone looks like if we were to sort of cut it open and look at it at a more microscopic scale. Right? So your bones are made of something known as lamellar bone. The term lamella just means thin plate. That's because of the way the bone tissue is laid down. Now your bone is made up of these lamella and these concentric rings which are known as osteons. So each one of these structures here, this is an osteon, this is an osteon, that's an osteon, and these are osteons. And osteons are made of concentric rings of lamellae. So you can see those little rings here, and those look like rings of like a tree. So these look like little tree trunks. So this is an osteon, and that's an osteon. Now, in between each osteons, because you can't pack circles in perfectly tight, there's little lamellae laid down there. This is known as interstitial lamellae. So we have osteons, interstitial lamellae. Now, each one of these osteons has a little canal that runs down through the center of it. So if we look in sort of a sagittal section, we have this canal that runs down through the center of it. That's known as a central canal. Some people will call this a Haversian canal because some people call osteons Haversian systems, named after a guy. Now, we're connecting each one of these central canals. So here's a central canal, here's a central canal, is this canal here, which is known as a perforating canal, because it perforates through each of those osteons. Some people also call this a Volkmann's canal, named after the guy. So this is a perforating or Volkmann's canal. Right? Now, if we look at the lamellae again, remember we have our concentric lamellae making up the osteons, the interstitial lamellae in between each osteons. Then we have lamellae that goes all the way around the bone. It runs around the circumference of the bone. That's circumferential lamellae. So we have circumferential lamellae here. Now we have outside of here a layer of connective tissue that runs around the bone, and this is known as the periosteum, the periosteum. Now on the inside of the bone, we have a layer of connective tissue that lines that, and that's known as the endosteum. And here we can see the difference between compact bone, and then here we're going to have cancellous bone. So this is cancellous bone here, which we'll look at in a little bit more detail later. Bye.